William Holman Hunt, an English famous painter, painted the famous picture, Christ, the Light of the World. The painting portrays Christ in a garden at midnight, holding a lantern in his left hand. With his right hand, he is knocking at a large door with heavy panels. When the painting was unveiled, critics looked with admiration at the great work. But one of the critics remarked, "You haven't finished your work." "It is finished," said Holman. "But there is no knob on the door," protested the critic. Then Holman said, "That is the door to the human heart. It can be opened only from inside." Dear brothers and sisters, June 29th, we celebrate the feast, or rather the solemnity of two great saints, Saints Peter and Paul, who opened their hearts to Jesus and let the Lord enter in their hearts, allowed Him to illumine and let their hearts fill with the divine light, which made them great preachers, great saints, great miracle workers, great apostles, above all, great pillars of the church. These two saints had a great zeal for the Lord. Saint Peter, the disciple chosen by Jesus to head the church, in spite of his sinfulness, his denial, and his limitations, a disciple forgiven again and again. Peter was an uneducated fisherman, a disciple who always wanted to be with Jesus, considered to be a spokesperson among the disciples. Though he denied Jesus, he received the unconditional forgiveness from the Lord when he turned towards Him. He was the disciple who was appointed by the risen Lord to look after the flock, the church. Saint Paul, an apostle to the Gentiles. Before his conversion, he was a persecutor of believers in Jesus. But on the way to Damascus, he experienced a truly life-changing conversion. Paul was a Roman citizen, a strict Jew, brought up in Jerusalem, highly educated, and was an agent of the high priest of the temple against the followers of Jesus. Though these two great saints have certain differences, both of them had a great love and zeal for the Lord. They not only knew Christ, but experienced Christ in their life. In the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 16, verses 15, when Jesus asked his disciples, "But who do you say that I am?" it was Simon Peter who responded, saying, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." This response from Peter came not only from knowing Jesus, but experiencing Jesus as a Savior and Redeemer. Dear friends, many of us know Jesus, but not many of us experience Jesus in our life. We don't feel or experience the presence of Jesus in our life is because we don't have time for Jesus. We don't give time for Jesus in our life. Saints Peter and Paul experienced the presence of Jesus in their life. They opened their hearts. They gave time for Jesus. They experienced Jesus. They loved Jesus more than everything. And this great experience and love for Jesus led them even to give up their life for Jesus. Dear friends, Jesus is knocking at the door of our hearts every day. Let us open our hearts to Him. Let us spend time with Him. Let us experience Him, and may this experience transform our life to live a life as the Lord wants, just as Saints Peter and Paul did. May the Passion of Jesus be always in our hearts.